Deputy President misleads Kenyans and says that when handshake took place, projects stalled. I'd like to tell him one thing. Go to the mirror and look at yourself. Be honest with yourself. Has the handshake stopped the passing and implementation of the budget of Kenya? Have we had no budget allocation since the time of the handshake? Is it 2018? Has there been no budget? Have you not been in office? Have your ministers not been in office, the ones that you put there? Have you not been in office yourself as the deputy president of this country? So how can you cheat Kenyans that everything's told? Raila Odinga is not the deputy president of Kenya. He's also not the minister for finance. Neither is it somebody from ODM who is a minister. That is not the truth, and you know it very well. When big loans were taken in between 2013 and 2017, which we are paying through the nose, you're actually the one who was at the forefront in giving these contracts and giving these big awarding contracts. Where is the Kimwarer? Where are all those dams? You are involved. Okay? Itari. All those. Kimwarer and what's the name of this other one? Aror and Kimwarer. You are involved. Okay? All these other projects are involved. So don't come and mislead Kenyans. Nobody has stopped you from working. You are promising Kenyans heaven when you promised us heaven in 2013, in 2017, and you are in government throughout. You have done nothing. Zero. You now promise us a future utopia. What has stopped you from giving us that utopia now and you are still in office? What resources are you going to get that you don't have now to do what you are saying? So all I can say is that please don't stop the drums of war, beating the drum of war. Stop beating the drums of war, because that's what you are doing. And what is baffling more than anything else is that the deputy president, through his mouthpieces, has the audacity to actually blame the president for the economic problems we are facing in this country, without even realizing in the first instance that in 2013, from 2013 to 2017, he was at the forefront in the running of this country. He was actually, in many cases, pushing through appointments of his people, like for example the cabinet, where other communities like the Maasais never benefited, where we actually pushed the periphery. Parastatals, MDs, chairmen, and other permanent secretaries. He actually played a great role in the appointment. Even this cabinet now, which is there, his people are there. So when somebody actually pretends that he has nothing to do with what has happened, if he's blind either to the fact that we have got coronavirus, which actually affects this country, if he's blind to what he promised the youth, jobs after the university, playgrounds or stadiums and everything else, when you now try to come out, just because President Uhuru brought peace to this country by Raila and other leaders, then I believe the best thing the most honorable thing for the deputy president and his team is to resign. Resign, go and get a mandate, go then get your own government, sort of undermining the president from within. Things happening in this country which are not only embarrassing, but are actually beyond comprehension. When you see leaders, elected leaders, impeached leaders, actually coming out in broad daylight and in public rallies and on TV to abuse the head of state of Kenya, one wonders whether we really have a country anymore. A country that respects institutions, that respects the president, who is actually the unifying factor of the Kenyan people. One wonders whether we are really still a state, a country that respects its laws and institutions. I have seen, and it's confounding, people abusing the president in the presence of his deputy president. The deputy president who is still in government, the deputy president who is still occupying that office, the deputy president who is still actually seen as the second in command. One wonders, why would anybody, a sane person, sit there while the president is being insulted? And the worst part of it all is they do it recklessly, like they are actually in the opposition. I think one thing they should know is that there are people who still respect the presidency, who still respect Uhuru Kenyatta, who still respect the handshake that he ended with Raila Odinga, and who still respects other leaders, because there are other leaders, senior leaders in this country like Mudavadi, there are other leaders, senior leaders like Kalonzo, but there are other leaders. Of course, there is Raila, and all of us who are elected, because they should know that whoever elected them also elected us. And when they elected us to represent them, to represent their interests, and to represent this country as national leaders.